Hello everyone, Nash here at Rathbone Manor once again. If you've been following my channel recently, you'll know that I've taken a bit of an interest in Electricians scissors, and it all started with this vintage pair that I refound in a box of tools down in my workshop, and yeah, I've got quite an interest in them now. And the latest pair I've purchased is this pair right here. These Draper. So I'll tell you what we better do. Let's get them out of the packaging and take a look at them. Okay, Draper electrician scissors. There's the part number right there. Not to be sold to persons underage, it says here. Stainless steel blades, wire stripping notch, micro serrations in blade to reduce slippage. Not to be sold to persons underage. It doesn't exactly say where these scissors are made as far as I can see, although it does say UK just there. Now whether they're made in the UK, I don't know. But let's get them out of the packaging. There we go, put that carefully over there. And here they are then, guys. So what we've got here is 3.3mm thick blades, and we could just about make out the micro serrations just there on one blade only. There is the stripping notch. This blade is plain just here, as you can see. Draper. Apparently we have nylon handles here, nicely designed, I think. Get a good grip on them. You can get them like this if you need to. I can get my big fat thumb in here too, just about. It's got stuck nearly. I quite like the feel of the handles. It's a nice material. We do actually have, or are issued to us where I work, we have a pair of RS Electricians scissors. These ones you see right here. They're quite nice. They're very similar design, as you can see, to the Draper electrician scissors. I think these are actually a little bit lighter than those ones. The RS ones have a rubber overmold in certain places, which the Draper do not. And we have just a hex or Allen screw just here, the domed screw just here, where the RS and another model have Torx. What do we have here then? We have a little Nylon nut, and it looks like a shape-proof washer just there. And they operate quite nicely. They're quite smooth. I say the handles are nice and comfortable too. Quite like the feel of them. I really want a pair of these for EDC carry, really. So, you know, a lightness is a big thing here. You don't want too heavy a pair of scissors for EDC carry. So why am I looking to swap out my EDC blades for a pair of scissors? Well, these are both actually UK legal because they don't lock. They're the right length, just a nice short little blade. But you know, I feel you could get into trouble with the authorities for carrying something around like this, even though they are legal UK carry. So I've decided that I would rather carry a pair of scissors around with me instead. Okay then, so what can we cut with the Draper electrician shears? Well, I'm going to start, unusually, with a request from my good friend. He's asking me how well these scissors could cut cotton to enable you to thread it through the eye of a needle. So, oh, we've got some cotton on there already, have we? Let's pull that off then. This will be fun because I can't quite see this cotton, and I've got my glasses on too. So if the end's a bit frayed up, which we can't see there, but if the end's a bit frayed up, let's fray it up a little bit. There we go. Can we get it through the needle? Let's give it a go then, he said. Trying to do it through the camera. Oh, it doesn't exactly want to go, does it? No. Not quite. Right in. Let's bring in the scissors. and trim it off. That's a nice clean cut right there. Right, where's the needle gone? Here it is. Try again. Got the right end of the needle, I hope. Yep. Good. Try again. Missed. Have we got it? Yes, we got it. Look at that. So there we go, Joe. That's how clean these scissors will cut thread. Oh, cut thread. Alrighty then. So what else can these scissors cut? Okay then, let's try this lot here. We'll start with a bit of thin cardboard. Yep, they'll cut right down to the tips, which is useful. And quite... that's quite good. Quite flexible then. Chuck it on the floor. Now then, this stuff's interesting, and I've got a whole bunch of this stuff. Thank you very much, Joe. This is mule tape. Now this stuff is used for pulling cables through conduits, and I'm looking at the size of this stuff. It's fairly largish cables, and it's extremely slippery too, this stuff, which makes it difficult to cut with scissors and knives. But let's have a look with the micro serrations. Where are the micro serrations? There they are. Let's try the micro serrations. I haven't tried this with these scissors yet. Let's have a... Actually, they've done a fairly decent job. They are still slipping through the blades. Can you see that? Look, it slips right through the blades, look. They slip right through the blades. This stuff needs to be slippery for pulling cables through, obviously. And it does take some cutting. But we can do it. It's not done a bad job either, look. Alrighty, let's move on to some wire. This is a 7020. And guess what? It's only in Draper blue. Look at that. Wonderful. So this is very, very small stuff, as you can see. And it's multi-stranded. Let's give it a go. Absolute piece of cake, pinging it all over the place. It's obviously easy to cut it up here. And it doesn't slip through on the serrations either. Can we strip it? Let's have a look. Might be a bit on the small side, but I think we've started a bit of a stripping going on there, but it's a job to get hold of, really. Let's have a look. Yeah. So there we go, and you can see the multi-strandedness of it all. Look. I have some fairly hefty multi-stranded copper earthing cable here. Now we should be able to cut it in the notch here, look. Oh yeah, absolute piece of cake. This is a bit easier to, and mind you, it's slipping out of the notch for stripping, but get a bit of a better grip on it. There we go. It is. This is too thick. Well, it looks a bit for stripping, but it's cut that up very nicely. Tri-rated 0.75mm, and this is fairly thick. You can see here, fairly thick insulation, multi-core copper again. Try and cut it off for a start in the notch. Piece of cake. What about further down the blade? Oh yeah, absolute piece of cake, that one. What about stripping it? Let's have a look. Can we strip it without hitting the camera? You've got to get a good grip of it. And there we go. We've managed to strip it, guys. Cool. What we have here is 2.5mm twin and earth, as you can see, used in our electric mains here in the UK. I don't know if it'll be able to cut the conductor through the insulator or not, but we'll give it a go. Certainly give it a go, guys. Yeah, you're going to have to hold it thusly. Yes, it did it. It should be able to cut the insulation quite nicely too. Yep, not a bother cutting the insulation then. We'll do that all day. But can we strip? Let's have a look, get a bit of a grip. I think these cables tend to slip out of the notch, really, to be honest with you. You can just about do it, as you can see there. Not the best way of doing it, I don't think, but yeah. Okay then, so they've done a pretty damn good job of cutting some fairly hefty cables up there. I mean, I can't see me cutting loads of cables on an everyday basis with these. Have we damaged the blade there? Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, I think we may have damaged the blade just there, guys. Put a chunk into them, look. Or have we? No, we haven't. That's lucky. It's just a bit of insulation then. Cool. Yeah, so as I was saying, I can't imagine me cutting too many wires with these. They're just for general cutting tasks. I think if I'm going to carry these in a pocket, though, I'm going to have to protect this tip here. And the other thing about these, where they've been machined just here, they've not been blended very well at all, and that isn't a wonderfully sharp little corner there, so I don't like that at all. That's on both sides, so I'm going to have to get myself a little needle file and just blend that in a little bit, because I'm not happy with that at all. That's very sharp, is that? So I don't like that. That's the only one downside so far I can see about these scissors. But I say, if I want to carry these in my pocket, you know, this point here is going to chew its way through my pocket if I'm not careful. So what I'm going to do is make myself a little sheath, like I've done for these vintage pliers here. Just a bit of heat shrink, as you can see. Slides over the end and over the nut, and you can see I've done it so there's a little indentation there. Look, so it just snaps in. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing with these little fellas right here, so that I can keep carrying them in my pocket or wherever, and not worry about making a hole in said pocket. Alrighty then, guys, I've just spent a few moments with a little file and attempted to blend these corners in, and they're a lot more comfortable now. I much prefer them like that than sharp little corners. It's much better. But that's just me being me. I like a nice smooth, you know, blended finish to things. So yeah, Mrs. Rathbone and I were sat watching television the other day, and she was doing her knitting, and she suddenly says to me, she says, "Oh, have you got a spare pair of scissors?" So I looked over to where she was sitting, and she had her eye on my new scissors. I says, "Yes, I have, but you're not having these. These are new, they're mine." So what I did, I gave her these, I believe these are like a nurse's scissors, and she seems to be quite happy with those so far. But yeah, Mrs. Rathbone, these are mine. Okay, so that's my review of the Draper Electricians scissors. Part number being 54957, if you want some. So I do like the handles. The handles feels very nice. This nylon moulding here. I'm going to say that the metal part of the blades comes to about here somewhere. It doesn't go all the way around, I wouldn't have thought, but it's a very nice material. Feels quite strong. It's smooth and comfortable. So I can get my thumb through it, and so if you need be, you can use it like so. So for me, the only downside of these things was the sharp corner just there, which you can see I've blended away just there. So that's nice. They don't weigh too much either. They should be quite a nice everyday carry for me as well. Yeah. Okay then, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed taking a look at the Draper Electrician scissors here. I think they should do me quite nicely for EDC carry. They're lightweight, well made apparently. They feel quite nice. I think they're quite well made. 3.3mm thick blades, serrations, cut out notch there for, as you've seen, cutting fairly hefty gauge wires, including solid core copper. I wouldn't try anything else in there. But yeah, what a nice pair of scissors then for my EDC, I think. I will be getting some other scissors in the near future, so keep an eye out on the channel for those. Don't forget you can subscribe to the channel, especially if you've enjoyed the content. You can follow me on Instagram, where you'll see these scissors and the rest of the scissors I've been looking at lately. And I do hope you'll pop back to Rathbone Manor in the very near future for another review of whatever tool I've got hold of at the time. And thanks for watching, guys.